Yes, people. Welcome to Never a Foul. If you've never been here before, look, this is a whole new setup, but we got a fresh new panel, fresh faces. Josh and also Monts will be here. Josh is probably going to be in about 2 minutes. Monts is coming back from football, so we kind of delayed it as much as possible. But yeah, there's actually kind of a few things going on in this evening, something that we ain't spoken about. But last minute, obviously, Staffy filled in, and if you come from Staffy's channel, big up yourselves. He's doing me a huge favor just to fill in the boots as well, and that's what you do over in the content creation world. There's no such thing as rest, aka the sides of the world, Coppishes of the world, the Staffies of the world. But yeah, we're joined by Mike's as well. If you've never known him, he's a Man City fan. He's in the top right. He's a pussy. And then other than that, you got myself. So smash the like, subscribe, and we're gonna get into the subjects. You know, also new debutant as well. I won't reveal who he is to me yet, but you know, man like VD, let's call him VD, the Chelsea fan, the most shameless bastard on Twitter, bar Luiz and the rest of the crew. This guy is a shameless prick, yeah? So don't go light on him in the comments, because this guy's got an opinion and a half, yeah? He's just bedding them in. This is like his first stream. Like, what if one of these cases, you know what I mean? So we're going to have to do a little sign. Big up Josh, by the way, with his coffee. Always late, fair enough. But yeah, look, Chelsea, advance with Olise. You know, we're going to debate that as well, because Man United, that's Staffy, we can talk about that. Arsenal linked with not just Solanke, 65 million release clause, but we've also got Alvarez in the mix, so Chelsea might have a little battle there. Funny old game with Chelsea and Arsenal, innit? They just want the same players. And then Douglas Luiz only being 50 million. Josh, what is going on with your club, mate?
Mate, it's not our fault that we got to sell. It's the bloody stupid rules that this Premier League has, that doesn't matter how much money you've got, you're not allowed to spend it. Yeah, I am salty about it, because we're going to have to sell our best players to freaking balance the books. But there we go. It's fine.
Because you know what, yeah? I don't know if you lot have seen this, yeah? But have you seen the disgusting deal that not even Juventus, the disgusting deal that Aston Villa proposed to Juventus, Staffy? Have you seen it? They want Aston Villa want cash and a player, yeah. And the one got rejected. I think they offered like 30 million on Weston McKennie.
Wait, they want cash and a player for who?
Douglas Luiz. Like, no, they offered Douglas Luiz to Juve. They asked for Weston McKennie. They didn't ask for Locatelli. They asked for Weston McKennie.
It's got even better now. It's got even better. Have you heard the next player involved? No one's heard of this man. Samuel Illing Jr.
Who's that?
We want Samuel Illing Jr., part of the Juve squad. I had to research him. Chelsea academy player. So been through the academy at Chelsea, moved to Juve during COVID, went through their next gen team into the first team. I obviously haven't watched enough Serie A or Juve to even know who this guy is. Like, he's not a standout name. So yeah, we're trading up Dougie for cash and Samwise Illing Jr. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. But look, 250 of you in here. If you see me looking to my right or your lots left, shall I say, it's because my screen's now here, the camera's there, so I need to train myself. Staffy's the producer now. Thank you very much. So you can do all of that. But we're on 50 likes, so realistically, we should be on about 100 likes. So you lot are not paying your rent. Make sure you do that. Subscribe. And everyone's channels will be in the description as well. Staffy, man, let's talk about Olise, because I know we got one here that's absolutely lapping up, but you know, it's not looking good on our situation. We might be looking like we might be the rejects of the summer.
We're not getting him, bro. Listen,
we've already been rejected by Tuchel, and that's already the next Chelsea man.
I say this to a lot of people in the chat to give it up. I'm gonna say it to give it up. We're not getting him, bro. He's gonna go to Chelsea. They're gonna do what they usually do: negotiate well, sign a good player on a good wage and a good payment structure and all that stuff. And they're probably not even going to need him. I'm going to be honest with you. I still don't think he should go to Chelsea, but he will go to Chelsea. I don't think they need him. I don't think he's the profile that they need. They got similar profiles over there in Cole Palmer and that. But we know that they don't sign based on profiles anyways. They just sign whoever's good or whoever's available. And I'm not going to lie. What do we have to do right now? We're still a big club. Yes, we're a big name. But what if I'm Olise? You're trying to negotiate with me. Hey, yo, Stuff, you want to join for United? Okay, who's my manager? We don't know yet. I'm walking out, bro. I'm gonna laugh in your face. I'm gonna walk out. Like, what? No, I don't know. What are you selling me? You sell me a project without the owner of who's the owner of this project? Who's running this project? Who's the manager of this project? There's no manager
Alright.
for this project.
Yeah, no, I know. But
I'm
for
walking
real.
out, bro. I'm walking out, and I'm telling, I'm gonna go viral right away and tell people what happened. I was like, yo, these guys tried to sell my project with no manager, bro.
Yeah, no.
Are you trying to say Chelsea is more attractive than Man United?
It's not about being more attractive. They actually have something. Like they have something.
What do they have? No, I'm not backing you, man. Yo,
wait, hold on. I'm not in a different situation where we're up and running and we already know who the manager is and all that stuff. I'm having a different combo because I do still think we're a bigger club than them, no matter what. You know, especially that we're actually in a better European competition than them as well. So you can argue so many things.
Oh yeah.
But no one wants to play.
Let's be real. It's the same competition. It's just like the same shit on the shoe.
No, Europa League is better.
It's the same shit, but just on different shoes. Like, do you know what I mean? One's on the left, one's on the right. It's just
Europa League takes you to Champions League. Europa League takes you to Champions
bro.
Conference League, bro. No one's that trophy that they have.
Are we bigging up Europa League in big 2020?
I'm not bigging up Europa League. I'm bigging it up on the Conference League. When you get the pick between the two, there shouldn't be a conversation. That vase, that whatever that trophy is, listen, that vase looks like what I used to see at my grandma's house. She used to have that vase when you walk into her crib. That's what that trophy looks like. That's not a real trophy. That glass made trophy that they have, you know. But anyways, the point is, I'm not trying to argue Conference League and Europa League right now. I could have an argument if I actually have something that's up and running. I don't have a manager. I can't even tell you what our plans are because I don't know. I actually don't know what it is. It's a new ownership that hasn't proven anything yet. So it kind of gives you that a little bit of suspense of like, oh, what's going to happen? Because you could look at Chelsea and be like, you know what? This new ownership sucked for 2 years. So I'd rather go with the ownership that hasn't proven anything yet. But everyone's talking about how we're low-key a circus right now, even though I don't agree with the fact that we're taking our time with the manager. But when you go to sign a player, that's when you're going to face an issue. Because let's be honest, a lot of players have relationship with managers. And they have managers that they want to work for. I couldn't tell you who it is. What if, how can I convince you that this project is going to be good when I can't tell who's going to run it? And that's the biggest issue we're going to face. I'm not going to lie. So I don't fancy our chances to sign it.
From an outside in, I was going to say, I look at it and I completely hear what Staffy's saying. I agree on that. I try and put myself in the player's shoe, right? I think if I go to Chelsea, I'm not guaranteed to play minutes. I'm not guaranteed to play week in, week out with some of the ballers that potentially could be keeping him out of the team. But think if you look at United, surely he's one of the first names on the team sheet. Like, again, I feel like that he is a name that, you know, you would expect to see if you sign him, comes in and plays. And I think of the likes of Jack Grealish, who's just faded out of Man City, and how it's now impacted his Euro squad. If I'm people like Olise, you've got to be sat there going, are you going to be okay trying to fight your way into a team and not be guaranteed minutes, which some players are in their career? But personally, I want to see these young lads taking the ball by the horn. I want to see them almost saying, yeah, I want to be the big name. I want to be the starter. And I just don't know, is it guaranteed that if Olise goes to Chelsea, he's going to be one of those first names on the team sheets that's going to fight?
Yes. Realistically, who is going to start over Olise? Because it ain't Madueke, it ain't Sterling. Palmer's probably going to get pushed into the middle. Palmer can't hold the weight.
Okay, I was about to say.
You think Madueke is keeping out Olise? Are you?
No, I don't really watch them men still, but I know Cole Palmer definitely. That's the only one I can really vouch for.
He ain't going to hold
tech. You've got a bunch of. Wait, what about Nkunku though?
Yeah, but they don't really play the same position.
They want to play him on the left now. They want to play him on the left.
When you deep it, or you can play in the middle.
It's
got a bunch of promising. I mean, you got a bunch of promising.
Dom's been telling me. I know Dom's been telling us all how big this Noni Madueke, player is going to be, and how we got to take him seriously. Is he the hype? Is he that good, or is he just someone that's going to fade out and Olise just comes and takes it? I think this is the thing, and I know that what your point you just said is that it doesn't seem now when you say Sterling Madueke, but who start at Manchester United? There is no one even to question yes or no. If Olise signs, he plays every minute that he is fit and he goes into the team and he starts. What we're talking about is if he's Chelsea, it's like, Palmer may have to shift here, and Nkunku's going to go out there. Like, it's all ifs and buts, and that's, I don't know. I try and think of it first as a sort of a player perspective on that side. If I'm a player, where am I going to get the most success? Where is my career going to push on? Where is it not going to stagnate? or go backwards. And that's how I want these, especially again, these up and coming players. I want to see them light up in the Premier League for years to come, and not be sat on the bench rotating minutes. Because Olise is just a talent like Eze that, for me, I want to see them play week in, week out as a neutral of that as such.
You know,
Yeah,
the
with
thing is that I
Olise-
find, I want to quickly say, the one thing I find so ironic is I think Olise is more guaranteed to start in a more preferred role than even Nkunku is. Because if you ask Chelsea fans, where is Nkunku going to play in Maresca's system? We don't know. Is he going to play striker? Probably not, because we're going in for Sesko. Is he going to play as an 8? Well, he's not really going to fit because Palmer's going to be one and Enzo's going to be the other. So it's like he's either stuck out on the left wing and that's it, unless you move someone else. I think Olise, he fits this team currently more than Nkunku, which is wild. I don't think the playtime is an issue for Olise. Obviously, Nkunku's still a massive player and Nkunku's going to be a good player for us. But in terms of the actual system and how Maresca's probably going to line up from how we saw it at Leicester, Olise fits more. Especially...
Yeah. How did Maresca do it?
How much do we agree? How much do we agree? How much do we agree with? Like, how much do we know how much Maresca plays? Like, let's be real. Is anyone actually sat here and watched more than 5, 6, 7 games of Leicester last season?
I swear, that's what I was about to ask as well.
No, because we can only go off what we've seen in it. Like, I've seen a Dewsbury Hall on a hog a left mid. I've seen a Ricardo Pereira invert. Don't get me wrong. And I've seen an Ndidi make a back 3 sometimes, like shifted in, and you will see like a Harry Winks and whoever else in the middle of the field. Like how many times have we actually seen it? Like, who's the right winger for Leicester? Like, was it touchline or was it more inverted? Like, I have no idea. See, the thing is, I just don't know how you view it. Like, in that sense, does he play with a 10 even? You know, does he want an in behind striker? Like, does he play with the in behind striker like more time? Because that's what I see. Obviously, Vardy, Pats, and Daka. So it's like, you know what it is, right? VD, yeah. I'm not even gonna. I know what you. I know. Look, let's be real. He's a bit like Ten Hag, innit? You know, he wants his wingers to be playmakers, which you've got. You know, he wants runners in behind from his 8s. That's what we know. And even in that, with Olise, if you get him, yeah, I'm finished. I'm done. Like, you better win something. I'm not joking, yeah. Like, I really like Chelsea, yeah, for what they're doing and what they're targeting. And I think they're getting, obviously, through the last 2 years, Chelsea have been hounded by everyone. But the thing is, you've got off lightly by rivals, I think. I'm going to be real. Spending all that money, blah, blah, whatever. If you get Olise, what's your... I need to ask you quickly, because this is a statement we ask all the Chelsea fans here. What are your expectations for next season?
To win, not get into the final, not to compete, to win the Conference League 100%.
If you don't,
and to get... If you don't, yeah, listen,
wait.
Going into that second year,
go on.
Going into that second year, yeah, I'm gonna say it, and I know a lot of people are gonna cringe. Yeah, I said I will give Maresca 2 years of backing. If he loses the Conference League, Nagels is your man. I am going straight in. You can't fumble it against these next teams in Bulgaria. How can you fumble it against them? You must be a dead manager to have a team, yeah, that's going to have Olise, probably Sesko, Palmer. You got, who else? Nkunku. You got a lot of good players, essentially. You got a lot of good players. If you cannot win the Conference League, yeah, I'm not asking you to win the Europa League.
You ain't even qualified for it yet. You got to go through the group stage. I mean, the qualifiers, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But to get through, like, to win it, you have to get through that. If he doesn't do it, he's finished. He's so finished. I don't care what else he does. He's finished. He better run it up in that league so well. Listen, an FA Cup won't do it for me. Yeah, if you bottle the Conference League, an FA Cup and Carabao Cup, that's not going to do it.
Wait. You'd rather win the Conference League than the FA Cup?
Yes, that means we are the first. That means we are the
Conference League over FA Cup
in history to win everything. In history.
Wait. I don't care about this. Okay, most teams will never win that. You know why? Because most teams will never qualify to that. You think Madrid are sitting there saying, "Damn, we'll never win the Conference League"? No one cares, brother. You are valuing the Conference League
still, like,
over the FA Cup.
Wait, hold on. Right. But here's the thing.
Who is the best team? No. Let me ask you something.
No. Hold on. If we're having a face-to-face conversation and I say, have you won every single trophy in existence that is currently you're able to get? What are you going to tell me? Yes or no?
Okay, so
when
we won the Europa League,
yes or no?
when we won the Europa League under Mourinho, we completed the lot. Okay, now they introduced a new tournament that we probably will. I mean, let's be honest, we almost qualified for it, but we haven't participated in it yet. Is it my fault that I've never played in this dusty tournament?
You need to qualify for it intentionally, to be honest. Let's be real. If you want for your trophy cabinet,
it is
let's
embarrassing.
Be real, yeah.
Listen, if you want to do the shameless thing, because I saw Luiz saying that. He said, listen, next year we'll get to go for a trophy that we've never won and complete the lot. That trophy was introduced 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Come on, bro. 3 years ago. To say you'd rather win that over the FA
European
Cup.
trophy. It's
the
a European
FA Cup
trophy.
is the most. Wait, the FA Cup was the first ever cup introduced in England. Okay, it is the oldest domestic trophy in football, and you're valuing that dusty Conference League over that. It's a vase, bro. It's a vase. You're meant to put water in it and a bunch of flowers. That's what it's good for.
No.
Come on, man. It's European pedigree, man.
Unai Emery didn't even take it seriously. He preferred top 4 over the Conference League, and that's like watching him. He even said Champions League was a priority over that trophy. And I'm still sour and bitter that we didn't obviously go on to win it. But that Conference League, it is one of those that it's an unknown. It doesn't really get the respect. West Ham, no one cares that West Ham sort of won the Conference League 2 seasons ago now. That's all.
Wait, why didn't you win it?
Because we lost to the winners. And then
what team was that?
Aston Villa.
This
you support Aston Villa?
Yeah, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Unai Emery literally prioritized top 4 over that competition. And like to say Conference League is bigger than the FA Cup, that is like Deji syndrome. That's like you can't be saying crap like that.
Syndrome can't be a thing. No way we're starting new terminologies. No. Deji syndrome.
Deji syndrome. To rank trophies like that and disrespect the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. That guy has told me many times that he would not celebrate winning the FA Cup or Carabao Cup. He sees it as a pointless outing.
Yeah, he did. Deji said many things, and I promise you now, everything's getting clipped. So anything you don't say is getting clipped. You're going on receipt.
Bro, that's like a virgin saying he wouldn't sleep with anything less than a 10. Like you can't say stuff like that, bro.
Honestly, this is why Deji syndrome's taken off.
I don't know, man. If we fumbled the thing, I'd be more upset than if we fumbled the FA Cup. Like I don't really care as much here because it's I don't know. Like you're going up against City. I don't expect to win the FA Cup, but here I'm expecting to win the Conference League.
Exactly. So you just said you're going
up
against
That's what I'm
City.
saying. I don't want to.
So what's harder to do, to beat City or to beat who's the best team you can possibly face in a Conference League final? Look, he's struggling.
Someone that drops down from Europa, innit?
Bro, this guy plays like Besiktas in them, bro. Come on.
Nah, there will be a team that drops out from Europa League.
No, you can't drop off from Europa League. It's the new rules, anyways.
Yeah. People are forgetting that. Staffy's right.
So you're going into conference again. You don't even know how it works. Oh my god, bro! See, this is why when Cat said this guy's waffling, now I hear him. The guy's playing by his own rules, bro. Oh,
I think it depends what team you support in terms of how much you rate that trophy, though, because there's a couple guys out here. I'm not even gonna send any like subliminals, but there's certain men's teams that haven't won anything in Europe, so they'll take it. Let's be honest.
So wait. What are we saying here then? Let me get this straight. Are we saying FA Cup or Europa League? What would you rather win? Conference League.
I'll take FA Cup still. I can't lie to you. I'll take the FA Cup
over Europa League
because the only thing that matters in Europe for me is obviously the big is. But if I'm settling, you know what I'm saying. If I don't get the girl that I want and I get the free instead, then I'll take Europa. It's better than nothing.
Wait, you take an FA Cup over the Europa League?
I'm going to be honest. I'd rather win Europa League over the FA Cup. I mean, you know what it is? Maybe it's because my club's got many of them or whatever it may be. And I actually love that. You know what? There's some people that don't rate the FA Cup and I don't get why. Let's put it like this. I'd rather win the FA Cup over the Conference League and I'd rather win the Europa League over the FA Cup. Because I think nowadays, Europa League's actually got good competition. It's got good quality in it. Like the way it's filtered down. I don't know what it's going to look like, obviously, in the future. But I think if you win Europa League these days, You know, I think it's quite an achievement, to be fair, because the season's crazy. Like, you're always playing Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. Like, it does take a toll in the end, and you don't get that Saturday midday kickoff before you play on a Wednesday instead. You know, before you play on a Monday night. Like, there is difference. I think Europa League needs to be a little bit more respected these days because we look at it a bit shit because of over the years. You know, again. But it's down to preference, though, isn't it? It's not easy, like, but it's down to preference. But other than Liverpool being the easiest, that's shameful. You went out early. Just saying.
But it's also the prize at the end. It's not just a trophy. It's the pilgrimage to the Champions League. So for many teams now, that's why the narrative of the Europa League has changed. To win that competition gives you the right to go and play in the Champions League the next season, which again is like massive. Some teams put all their eggs in that basket for that. But I do agree on the quality. I mean, look at Leverkusen. You know, the gas ran out at the end in that final against Atalanta. And that is, like, you know, a harsh story for them to fall off like that.
Yeah, I agree on that part.
Yeah, but if you take away Champions League, if you took away winning the Europa League, but you don't go into Champions League, I think people's narrative slightly changes in the thought process of that, potentially of that competition, because that's why they introduced it, for teams to take this competition more seriously. And straight away that's where it changed.
A quick one: who rates John Cross Mirror? The guy who kind of broke news about Sesko and that before. Does anyone rate John Cross Mirror in the chat quickly? Anyone in the chat? I need to hear yeses or no's. Yeses or no's. Because John Cross Mirror broke some Arsenal news recently as well. So, and it was actually on point. John Cross from the Mirror, the journalist. Journo. No. All right, you know what? For it. So some people actually said yes. I need some yeses or no's. Get the chat going. He was good pre-2018. Yes. Who? Decent source. I know, because you'll see me in land. Staffy knows what I'm going to be talking about in a sec. I'm pretty sure he's got the notifications on. Yeah, bro. That's great. If that's the case, then people that don't support Man United, just came out. Man United, who are keen on Gareth Southgate, have moved on from him because the timeline does not align. So thank you for all the rivals that said yes. Don't start shouting Southgate because you rate that John Cross Mirror dude. But yeah, Michael Olise, if we go off that, if you're going to be in an advanced negotiation with him, see, I said it earlier, right? BD, like, you have to sell, but not because you need to sell for money, because you need to make space. Same thing with Man United. We've got Greenwood still. We still got Sancho. We still got Anthony on that side. We still got Ahmad on that side. We got basically a lot of bums, right? But in your case, Sterling doesn't want to go. Madueke is probably not going to want to leave either, unless you get a loan for him. You still can't. You need to free up space in your attacking areas basically to fit him in, because you're filled up. Because last time, do you remember the bloated squad? And that's something that Chelsea suffered from. The lockers, everyone remembers that, yeah? You still got Ken, you still got Nkunku and all this kind of stuff. Who do you reckon is going to be actually the one to go, though? That's actually the better question. Who's actually likely to go from Chelsea's setup? Is someone going to go either on loan, or do you reckon someone's going to end up getting sold?
I don't see a world where it isn't Sterling. Like, in terms of wingers...
300 bags a week, I'm thinking you're sitting comfy, not? Mike's know all about that.
I mean, even so,
I'll be surprised if bags, I'll be honest. I'll be real.
But your club, innit? I mean, there's people that sit on your bench comfy,
comfy. Yeah. But not 300 bags. Come on, man. Come on.
Well, Foden's about to get 375 bags, apparently.
Yeah, but come on, that's Foden. That's like saying, all right, this angel's about to bless my heart. Listen, it's an angel. What can I say?
Yeah, true. Go on. Sorry, go on.
I don't mind.
VD, go on.
Oh, I don't see a world where Sterling isn't sold. And if so, if he doesn't go, I don't think
Crystal Palace bound. What, swap with Crystal Palace?
Imagine, bro. No, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Am I the only one that sits here and actually thinks Sterling's actually a good player? I don't think Ahmad's a bum. I said a bunch of bums. I didn't mean him. Relax, Elias. You're such a weirdo at times, you know that. Like, I don't think Sterling's actually bad. I just think he suffered because he hasn't been put in like the right system, and probably none of your players have, because Sterling struggles if there's no number 9. If there's no number 9, you don't really get the best of Sterling.
Where he can be
frustrating.
He can win you a game, but most of the time he's going to be frustrating. He does the thing that Willian used to do, where he'd get past players, then he just also he stops. He stops and waits for the attackers to come back, then tries to take him on, runs into his man, falls over every single time. But then you see him come up with a moment of brilliance when he scores like a free kick. But then the next free kick, That's not even Rose Ed. That's gone to the manager.
Pluto.
That's gone all the way to the right to the corner flag. I don't know. You can't have a project, or something that's something that's trying to get us forward, and then have Sterling starting in your team. There's no way. Sterling, I don't know. I've never really been a real big fan of Sterling. I liked him when he was at Liverpool, when he was more dynamic.
Oh,
but then of course, he was good under Pep, but I feel like that was more of a system thing than Raheem Sterling being standout.
100%.
Him at the back post all the time. It's what Sterling was.
100%. His movement's incredible. Yeah. When he's got a system in place, his movement's incredible, but he also might hold the record for most TVs smashed with the remote control because, bruv, the sitters, the decision making in the final third, the amount of times, how many times, have you got your hopes up thinking, God damn, sweat the ball, just pass it to the guy that's standing right there and he's open, and then he'll do something else that doesn't go with your plans.
He's greedy.
So I don't trust him. Yeah, I don't trust him. Sometimes their brains just switch off. And we don't need that in our lives because, come on, bro.
Are you, Josh? Would you take Sterling at Villa?
It's hard. He lives off his reputation, is what we're just saying about. I think his sitters for England, sitters for City. That's all people. When people think of Sterling now, that's what they think of. They don't think of him, where he was that player. He was electric, one-on-one dribbler, take players on. How old is he? Jenny, how old is he?
29 now? Is he 29?
He's like 20 or 29. I think he's 29, yeah.
So he's got years in him. And this is the thing, as that comment said, he started at 16. I genuinely, if someone probably held a gun to my head and said, how old do you think? I'll be saying 33. That's like how old I feel Sterling is, the years that he's played. It's crazy because he's been about... I don't know. Would I take him at Villa? Maybe. Cass is a good squad rotation option. Played Champions League football. Abundance of experience in Champions League football. Someone who's been in a good experienced dressing room. I'll take him. Not a starter, but I think in amongst my squad. But I'm not paying 300k a week for him. No way, Jose.
That's what I say. That's what I think he's. Unless it's Saudi that come in for him, I think he's sitting comfy. He's got like another 3 years on his contract. He's sitting comfortable, and that was.
Can't they treat him like Big Rom? Sorry to cut you off. Can't they treat you like
loan them out and hopefully someone pays half the wage? That's possible. Yeah. That is possible. I would take it personally. You know what? He's probably everything that Man United shouldn't take right now because I don't know if I see the hunger. But right now, I'm stuck with Anthony, and I don't want to play Sterling on the left. I'll play him on the right. I'll be real. With a Højlund,
Sterling's actually quite good. I like Sterling on the right way more. Sterling on the right. Do you know what it is? When he's on the right, he doesn't have that shooting option, so he's not constantly thinking, let me try kite it in, bang it top bins. He can't do it because he ain't got a left foot. So on the right, I think he's all right, but he's not. I don't know. I take Madueke over him. I think Madueke is way more dynamic. Of course, Madueke loves to cut in on that left foot, but Madueke can get to the byline. He will take his guy on no matter what. And again, come on, man, no one's gonna take Sterling over Olise, and we're getting Olise, it seems. So
I think he's. Doesn't anyone here think he's a bit of a like? I think Sterling's got like a match winner in him. I think he's kind of clutch in moments as well. Like he does show up. And if I look at Chelsea's front line other than Cole Palmer, I think the last thing you want is like a bit like of an Arsenal situation up front. I think Trossard is so clutch, and I think Saka's so clutch. But beyond that, it's like who's the clutch one? I think Havertz showed it in moments, and I think Chelsea need more of those in and around the squad. Does that make sense? Palmer's clutch. We don't know if Nkunku's going to be that yet. Jackson, who knows next season, right? When you look across the board, we don't know other than maybe one player. I'm not gonna lie. I think Sterling's still one of your most promising wingers because if you don't rate Mudryk, dead.
I'll be very surprised if majority of the Chelsea fan base currently rate Mudryk instead of having faith in him. Like having faith in him and actually rating him as a good player, two completely different things.
Madueke is actually underrated as well. I'm not gonna lie. I know you don't like him. You hate him, innit?
No, I don't mind him. It's just I'm never gonna like. If you're telling me, listen, we're gonna get Olise and even Esteval, who's going to be coming in, Madueke, you gotta go. You can run it next season.
Madueke can play on the left too. He's got left foot and a right foot. Do you know how hard it is to
Olise doesn't make sense.
I'm not sure about the right foot.
Don't know. Why? Like you're just reeling off. Like we forgot about Mudryk. Like he wasn't even mentioned 10 minutes ago in these wide positions.
Chukwuemeka, you can play left or in the middle.
I just think Olise, top as he is. Yeah,
They're literally just
And his
building a
career's
youth
gone
centre
down,
at this point. I swear down.
Chukwuemeka's a proper baller.
And I don't get it now. The more you think about it, Chelsea Olise isn't a fit where he just walks into that team and goes, I'm marking down my place like Cole Palmer's. You've got too many players on big wages in those forward positions. How are you going to juggle, those egos, those wages? Could become another, go back to Graham Potter. That's why he struggled. His squad, he had too many players demanding to play in positions of too big of a squad and didn't know how to balance it. And that's where Chelsea got to be careful in this Project Youth, I guess. Like, how many of these young lads are happy to be Project Youth and sit on the bench for time after time after time? It's an interesting one, really.
You know what? Some people are saying it in the chat, and I was gonna say it as well. Chelsea don't really have big wages. Like, other than Sterling and Reece James is on 250 or something like that. Nobody else is really on a lot of wages. I think even Enzo's on like 100k. Madueke, I think, is on below that. Like, I'll be very surprised if more than 5 players have more than 200k in the squad.
I think so as well. I think they trimmed it down quite a lot. Actually, I think Aston Villa might be quite near them now.
Plus, we also have a clause. I think it was, if we don't perform well in the league, it's like a 30% reduction on each player. Is a 30% reduction, so they get less the following season until they start performing again.
So how much is
one?
Olise?
Mike, to answer the question, by the way, why do you hate Chelsea so much? Someone's asking.
I'm sorry about Champions League final a couple years ago, Kai Havertz. But yeah, how much is Olise in the? No, how much is the transfer market wise? Is it a
about
release clause?
55 to 60 million has been rumored, like the release clause. I think 60.
Yeah, you need to pay that. I'll be honest. He's stupidly good, man. Yeah,
apparently you lot were linked with him as well at some point. And actually, this season you got linked with him again. And then with like the whole Neto saga.
I would love Olise. I would love Olise on the right wing, but Savio, I don't know what's gonna happen with Savio. I don't know.
Is there a world where Olise stays like Zaha did? You know how Zaha was always constantly linked away every summer, and Zaha was kept in. Is there a world where both Olise and Eze stay at Palace with the new project? Can anyone see that at all?
No.
I swear he's already signed a new deal recently, Olise. So would he sign another new deal?
No, I don't.
He's definitely gone. He's
gone, man. He's gone. He's getting chased too much. Someone's going to snap him up. One team's going to definitely snap up both of them. And I can't believe right now that the only club chasing Eze is Tottenham. The most concrete team chasing Eze is actually Tottenham. And the one that's got
that is infuriating, man.
The small links that's with Eze is Liverpool, who are they said to be keen on him. But that just sounds like Man United, who's interested FC all over the gaff every single summer. Interested FC, keen on this player. Be scouting that player, make a fucking bid. But you don't do it. Do you know what I mean? Eze going to Tottenham.
I don't think they sell both. I think if Olise goes, Eze will stay at least one more season.
I think they're confident in a rebuild. You know, I think that the Glasner and Dougie Freeman staying and all that kind of stuff, blah blah. I think that gives them confidence. I'll be real. There's something going down at Palace where they're revamping everything. Do you know what I mean? And
they got some talent now.
Yeah, Kamada coming in and whatnot. They're trying to change up the whole team. No, you say Eze ain't going to Tottenham, but if you look at I think it's Alistair Gold or something like that, he's even talking about like Tottenham are pushing for his signature because nobody else is chasing him. Do you get what I mean? Like, let's be real. If you're Tottenham and the way you look at the way Tottenham are, and you look at what teams are chasing Eze, if no one's actually in for him, what are you gonna do? He's 25 years of age. Tottenham's the only club in for him. This is your prime time to move. Why are you gonna say no to Tottenham? It's a step up from Crystal Palace. I know D might disagree, but it's a step up. I mean, it'll probably end up playing left wing because they've got nothing over there except Son or maybe a Timo Werner. Dare I say? Well, that's not competition.
They should move Maddison for him. Because I've heard everyone say that. They said, oh, yeah, Eze can play on the left. No. How about we say Maddison can play on the right? Because Maddison has proved to me, I'm sorry, you're not good enough to play consistent in the 10 for a top 16. At least a team that's trying to be serious. You know, if they want to stay unserious, then that's up to them. Eze is good enough to play in the 10. I think he can do better than Maddison. You know, I'd give it a try. What's his release clause? 60 mil? Eze is well worth the 60 mil.
68 million in total. It would be Tottenham's record signing.
People saying Maddison can't run. You don't always have to be a runner to play on the wing, because he played on the right when he played for Leicester. Remember when they pushed him out to the wing for a few months?
He had a
Yeah,
good sprint on the wing as well.
But the thing is, I agree with this. Neil Gunner said that he can't run.
But
He just can't
here's
run.
the thing: and when you play for Ange, you don't run a lot off the ball.
But then again,
Sorry,
Kulusevski-
on the ball. You run a lot off
Kulusevski-
the ball.
Kulusevski doesn't really run too much.
Exactly, but here's what I'm trying to say. How many times have we seen Spurs pin a team down and they can't create nothing? So you don't need runners because you're not running into space anyways. In Ange system, you run off the ball. Yes, I get that. But on the ball, you have a team pinned down anyways, pinned in their third. You're trying to move the ball around. You don't need runners anyways. I'm not saying completely move Maddison to the right, but I'm saying he could play in the right. What I've seen Eze down the middle from him this season is better than what Maddison did. Because Maddison been shit since he came back from his injury. It's not a coincidence Eze's in the national team over him. So why are you moving the better player out of position?
Yeah, no, you're right there as well. I was just thinking, just a quickly off topic kind of thing, right? Does anyone think like Spurs are gonna have another good window and probably be like a bit of a dark horse next season? Because I know, look, Mike's reaction says it all, but I actually think Tottenham are gonna be kind of good. Like I think they're gonna definitely be harder to beat. I think they're gonna get better depth. I think what I like what Villa are doing, but I'm not being funny. But when you're replacing Douglas Luiz with Weston McKennie and you got Ross Barkley on a free, I hear that. I'm not showing too much faith in that bullshit. I'll be real. Emery tax. It's just. I think Champions League might be a little bit too much, but I don't think they exit early. Like it's like a Newcastle or Man United, which is embarrassing, but not for Newcastle. But I don't know. I feel like Tottenham's going to be a dark horse. Why say no?
The only reason why I'll even a little bit agree with you, yeah, is because I really like Ange. I just think I just rate him a lot. I know it's not a popular opinion yet, but Ange, there's something about him that I can believe.
I think they're going to get a second team though. I do believe they're going to get a much better quality of squad. They got like they're selling both their fullbacks.
Players, yeah.
Think about it. Think about it. Yeah. If they get Eze, let's say they get Eze, and that's what they're targeting. So we're going off theory, by the way. Obviously, this is pure theory. There's no concrete based evidence of this. Of course, it's just a prediction. They get Eze. They're looking at a striker. They're looking at two fullbacks. Come on, you can't get any worse than Ben Davies and flipping Chicken Royale. Let's be honest. Yeah, Højbjerg's going to go, and they're going to replace him with somebody. Yeah, they're looking at a couple different players. I think they're looking at that geezer from Celtic and a couple others. I think one in Germany as well. Right. They're looking at some good profiles, and we're used to saying Spurs are shit. They're shit. Like it's the way of the Tottenham. Yeah, at the end of the season,
they're not.
And they always do good at the start of the season. Does no one actually think like they're gonna cook?
Do you know what?
And they got my boy Mickey Mouse, bro. I swear down. You know about Van der Ven?
Oh, get at the back of the Van der Ven.
No, not even back of the van. Mickey Mouse, yeah, that guy with 99 pace at centre back. I don't care if I'm bringing FIFA into this, bro. I have to do it, bro. That guy, he's too sick, bro. I wish I had him. Oh man,
I
wish I had that guy in my team still.
What do you mean, Saar? You writing Saar off?
Mate, Sarah Basuma, so that Spurs midfield cannot carry that team. It's such a disjointed team. I think the Spurs lose games in that midfield so easily. It's a shadow of that midfield. I honestly, Sarah Basuma, there's not much to them. I think Ange Postecoglou as well has hinted already his disdain at Daniel Levy and how those two I don't think are on the same page. I also think they kept Timo Werner.
You can't keep captain impotence still. That's a crime. I'll be honest.
That's their first move. That's their first move. I don't even think Ange will last the season. I think he won't last the season at Spurs. But I see a big explosion going on at Spurs. Yeah, I think he made it really clear at the end of the season. He's been told to calm down when he went to Australia and basically say, watch what you say on the media. And basically, I just think, I don't know. I think it's dusty. I don't know.
Someone's been listening to Deji. Yeah.
I'm rating him. I'm rating Ange, man. I think his no nonsense, you know what I'm saying, chest out with the hairs flipping, swing at everyone while you're drunk kind of style. I think it'll do well for them, personally. I swear down. I think, listen, long term, because listen, when it matters, well, not when it matters, but Tottenham can cause a couple surprises. Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I don't. I don't like this in them, man.
Without fail.
I don't like this in Tottenham. I like Tottenham. I've got a soft spot for Tottenham still.
Big statement. I mean, anyone's midfield's better than Man United. Let's be honest. I don't know about Chelsea.
Ooh,
Sam
Villa.
Basuma, Maddison. That's
I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, hold on. Put that statement back again.
They're coming for you, my guy. He said it for all of us on the panel, but he didn't say Man City, but he said the rest of us.
First of all, Mainoo's better than anyone they got in their midfield. Bruno's better than Maddison. We just need one more player in that midfield, and we're better than that. What are they talking about?
Yo,
Hey, I rate that
man
man.
said Mainoo's better than Maddison in that. Come on, bro.
Mainoo?
man.
Maddison? That's not even a convo.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that,
What?
bro. I can't accept that. I'm sorry.
You think Maddison is a better footballer than Mainoo?
wow.
No. Maddison is clear of not clear, but Maddison's got ability, bro.
Maddison's not clear.
I'm rating Maddison. No, Mainoo's a baller though, but I'm rating Maddison more personally. I like him.
You think Maddison's better than Mainoo?
Yeah, but do you know why? Do you know what? Yeah, personally as well. Yeah, I swear, like 2 different positions. One's an attacking midfielder, one's a deep midfielder. So it's like I can't really compare these guys anyway. How are we going to compare this?
So first of all, Maddison is a 10. Maddison is a 10. Okay.
Yeah, Maddison's a 10. What is Mainoo, a 6 or an 8?
He's an 8.
I'll say he's an 8.
He's an 8. Yeah, I can't compare.
Madison is not. So Maddison's not better than Kevin De Bruyne. He's not better than Bruno, and he's not better than Odegaard. Those are the top 3 in the league. And I don't even like Bruno.
Yeah, so we put him underneath
You're
them.
missing a certain Caicedo. I can't even lie.
I mean, Caicedo was not a 10 anyways, so I'm just talking about 10s.
Okay.
He's not better than them.
Yeah, out of the 10s,
he's not better than
below
them.
them.
He's not better than
I
I'm
don't
on
need to know.
level. Come on, this is This is Maddison, you know.
We're talking about mine.
Yeah,
Best player. What are you talking about? Mine is best player in the world, mate.
To be fair, one got called up to England and one didn't.
Listen, they send him home packing his bags. I can't control that, bro. I still back
I
him.
don't know.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah. I'm not gonna
John
sit here.
McGinn.
Did you just say, yeah? Let me get this correct. Wait. Staffy. Let's rewind quickly. Did you say Bruno's clear of Maddison?
I didn't say clear. He is better than him. Listen, I don't need to like Bruno to see. Okay, here's the thing. In the beginning of the season, I thought Maddison was better. All right? No. Really, let's have a convo here. Let's have a convo.
All right, let's have a convo.
What do you rate Maddison for?
His ability to control the midfield, like and dictate play and play make. That's what I like. He's my sort of 10. And I believe the injury, it did take him a long time to get going, but Tottenham weren't getting going, so it was hard for him to get going, which is fair. And in fairness, I can also say Bruno has got Man United taking as much as he can at the same time. But I think I ain't gonna forget what Maddison does. Like I think he's just.
So what does Maddison do?
You've been disrespecting him.
I think he's a much better playmaker than Bruno. I think he's got as much goals in him as possible as Bruno can, near enough in a season. Not as much, don't get me wrong, but I think his overall general play, he contributes in the 10 more than a Bruno does. I think 10. I think Bruno's about 8.
No, not at all. Bruno's nowhere near an 8. Bruno's best numbers came towards the end of the season.
Maddison's got no. The only thing Maddison's got no legs. So
neither does Bruno. Bruno doesn't have legs.
Yeah, but he runs, innit?
The stamina, the fitness, Look at his injury record. Bruno's like Wolverine right now. Like this guy's not getting injured anytime soon, bro.
I gotta go by the facts. I can't tell you what I want because I thought Maddison was better. I said that in the beginning of the season, and Maddison proved me that he's not. He's not even a top 3 or top 4. Okay. Because if you want to talk about being tidy on the ball, okay, first of all, that's not your job as a 10. But let's compare him to Odegaard because Odegaard is the tidiest between all the ones that I named. Okay. Odegaard doesn't necessarily get the GA, but you see Odegaard dropping deep. He picks up the ball. He can create his own shot. He does so many things. Okay. So if you want to compare it to someone who's kind of tidy like him, Odegaard is clear of him. Then you go to the stat merchants, the GA merchants. Who puts up the most GA every year? De Bruyne and Bruno. There is no coincidence that even in this one of the worst United teams, Bruno still put more GA than him. The fact, actually, when Bruno started playing in the 10 more towards the end of the season, even though I don't rate Bruno that high as people do, he showed me that in a worse team, he can still deliver something. His link-up play, especially when he started playing with Ahmad and better plays around him, I watched that and I was like, you know what? Ten Hag should have been doing this more all season. Because when he was playing him deep all season, we were shit. He kept playing him in the 8. That's what I'm saying. It's not even a convo that he's not an 8. He has no ball-carrying ability to be playing in the 8. But when he went to the 10, we've seen what he did. His GA in the last month or two was insane. There's no coincidence that once again, he is finishing the season with the most chances created. So when we talk about creativity, unfortunately, Maddison doesn't touch him on that. So if you want
I don't rate that still.
When you want
Yeah,
eye
he
test,
wins eye
Odegaard,
test.
it's clear. So as I said, that's what I'm saying. Eye test, Odegaard is clear of him. GA, Bruno, and
Odegaard's
KDB
clear
are
of all
clear
of
of him.
them.
So that's what I'm saying. Everyone's clear of him. Even Eze on the eye test is better than him. Eze
I
still
agree
got
with
the
that.
GA, and Eze is better than him.
You know
That's
what
what I'm
it is?
saying. He's not
It's-
even
yeah,
top three,
but
top
the thing
four.
is, Bruno. The tricky thing with Bruno, yeah, is that it's his contribution to overall team play. Like, I get the running and the passion and everything. Let's just keep it short. It's the way to control the midfield. He doesn't have, and you need particular players for him to control the midfield. Unfortunately, I don't like players like that. They piss me off. Right? He contributes to the striker because it's more self-absorbed that way. Like, it's just the way his game is, shadow striker. But I think he can be utilized better as an 8 just because of his engine. But at the same time, I'm not going to ignore, like, if I put Maddison in a Cobby, it's easy. I just need a box to box, and I'm Gucci. The thing is, we got Minu and Bruno, but yet
Bro,
we need
that guy
some
switches up
special-
too much, bro.
We need a specialist sort of 6'8" guy that can be in the middle of both of them. Unfortunately, and what is there? Like, do you get what I mean? And one of them is got to be is the reason why for that. And unfortunately, we can't solve that problem. You rate someone like Onana, right? You like Onana because the profile fits the Cobby and Bruno, but then it's like, who's that midfield is getting run over.
No, I want Bruno sold next year. Don't get me wrong. This is the comparison between Bruno and Maddison. Maddison does not do anything better than Bruno other than looking better on the ball. It's literally aesthetics.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
this
Right,
season
you
proved
set
it to me
pieces.
because I said that. No, I'll give him set pieces. Set pieces is decent. I'm just talking about the general outplay. His general outplay is not that good. We just rate him because he aesthetically looks pleasing.
I
Who
just
gives
think
the
there's
ball
no
away more?
coincidence.
different
But
type of
he's-
players though, Staffy.
That's what
Though.
I'm
One's
saying.
better
Who
probably
gives
for
the ball
transition.
away
One's better
more?
for transition play,
No, but
and one's
you're-
better for breaking down.
Okay,
teams.
Okay, so here's the thing.
100%.
You're telling me he gives away the ball a lot. You are meant to give the
Uh-huh.
ball away a lot
Mhm.
as a 10 because you are meant to take risks.
I
That was
hear that.
never my issue with Bruno. My issue with Bruno is the simple decisions. When people wanted to play him in the 8 and he had to make the right pass versus the risky pass, he went for the risky pass a lot. If I just give him a job where I'm like, you are going to play in the 10 and just create for me, it is not a coincidence that he looks so good for Portugal, but he struggles with United. His best period at United came with Pogba, Matic, and our front line of Martial, Greenwood, and Rashford. Because he had the ball carrier in Pogba, he had the 6 that knows how to pass in Matic, and he had the link-up striker in Martial. When you give him enough players around him that could do their jobs good, he will look good because he will be able to sit there and just do what he does best, which is take risks, but it pays off with a good team. When you put him in an 8, which is why I disagree with Cass the most, and he's meant to actually play more football with a brain than just sit there and do what he's good at, which is taking risks, making these passes, taking long-range shots, whatever it is you want to call it, being wasteful, basically. You can get away with him being wasteful with the right players around him. When you look at the players that we put around him this year, how many of our players around him were good ball defeat? Haaland isn't good at it. Garnacho isn't good at it. Rashford isn't good at it.
I hear
His
you on that part.
midfield, the only one that's technically decent on the ball is Mainu. Everyone around him is not the right profile for him to succeed, which is why, again, as I'm saying, I want him to leave because I don't rate the part where he just sits there and just be a creative 10. But to say that Maddison is better than Maddison has not done anything in football to
But
prove that he's better than Bruno.
Maddison had Spurs higher than us at one point in this season. He also had to play with Richarlison, Timo Werner.
No. You can't say he did. His team. did.
Wait.
Bissouma was balling
Madison
out,
had to play
and
with Brennan Johnson. He had to play with Kulishitsky. He had to play with flipping, what's it called?
Whoa.
Richarlison. He had to play
Come
with
on,
what's
that's
it
cool,
called?
man.
What's the other one called as well? I just mentioned as well. Timo Werner, like absolute flipping road runner, got nothing
No,
to him.
you're talking
And
about
then
the beginning of the
when he-
season.
but he, all season, if you look at what he had in front of him, he still fed them. He fed them
Okay,
consistently.
he played
until the
well,
end of the season.
100%.
It took
He
him
played
they
well,
rushed them back,
100%.
It's clear.
No. Don't get me wrong. He played well 100%. And that's the time where I was like, see, I told you guys this guy's better than Bruno. But the way he fell off after that, especially after his injury, it showed me why Leicester couldn't actually rely on him to be the main guy in the midfield. When they went for a top 2, when they had 2 strikers and they pushed him to the right, this shows me why.
Man said
Because
that
this-
Ryan. Still go on,
so-
continue.
Bro, forget it, bro.
Yeah.
So many times, bro. So many times this season, when they needed him, he didn't turn up. In the beginning of the season, he wasn't the one carrying the team. He was doing very well. But you got to give Bissouma was balling out. He was the best midfielder in the league for about 2 months. His stats were insane. He was carrying that team until he decided, you know what, I don't want to play any more football. You know, I'm just here to collect the check. I'm a vibe out. Their back line was one of their main source of creation. Those two wingers that fullbacks that they had, Pedro Porro was creating chances out of his ass, and you had Udogie doing the best left back shift in the league. So it wasn't just him; he played a part. But I'm just saying, again, in the second half of the season, he fell off drastically.
Yeah.
And this is why he shouldn't be in a conversation with these
guys.
He
got injured. No.
So what? Okay, so he came back from injury, and then what happened? What happened when he came back from injury?
Match sharpness, it didn't work. The stars didn't align for him after the match sharpness faded.
So why didn't it align for him? Bruno came back from an injury and he won us the cup.
No, but that guy's different. I told you, he's like Logan. The guy's like a cockroach. Like physically, you can't get rid of him. What does that
mean? But what does that mean? That was his first
stamina.
Injury. Okay, so he's never missed
ridiculous stamina. His fitness is on another level. Bruno Fernandes.
We need to move this conversation.
But hear me out. When someone has never been injured in his career and faces an injury for the first time at 29 years old, that is harder than someone who's actually been injured a few times and knows how to recover from injuries. So it's his first time facing adversity. The guy comes back and balls out in that cup final and wins us the cup. I actually feel sick that I'm saying this about him because I don't like Bruno that much. There's so many deficiencies in this game. I just don't. Yeah. I don't see what
That's
has
what
Maddison.
I'm highlighting.
But Maddison has done nothing in football.
No, Maddison is someone that because I go to football for enjoyment and entertainment, and I can watch him and I can be happy. Yeah, but Bruno looks like one of those scuba divers with the flippers on the wrong way around with the football. Can't control it. Can't flip and carry it. Can't do nothing apart from burn my eyes and hoof the ball into the box. Hope for the best. That's it. Amen.
What you say once? I just added like an off segment, yeah, for Bruno versus Maddison. Who'd you rather have? Like just quick and short. Who'd you rather have?
I'm taking Maddison. What the fuck? Taking Maddison.
Yo, hey, shut up.
That man is allergic to success. He's allergic to success. No, I'm joking. I'm taking this. Obviously, I think I'd take Maddison because I feel like with Bruno, like. I feel like he just whether he's being told to try and do everything or whether he just wants to do everything, I'm gonna keep it true. Maddison is a real footballer, innit? It's just that Maddison has consistency issues. Bruno just has issues. Bruno just has issues. I mean, if I laugh like I said something.
You know what, Monts, I said this before you hopped on. I said Maddison is more similar.
Yeah. Staffy never said nothing wrong, really, to be fair. I agree.
When you compare them to 10s, you could say that KDB and Bruno are more similar to each other. And then you could say Odegaard and Maddison are more similar to each other. Can we agree on that?
If you're talking about play
hell yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, as the profile of they are as a 10, those two are more similar than those two. So here's the thing. If Maddison can play his game to the level and the consistency of Odegaard, I will understand that. I'll be like, you know what? He's superior to Bruno. The thing is, he cannot elevate his game to that point, and we've seen it. We've seen it with Leicester, and we've seen it with Spurs. This is why I'm saying he has not done anything to prove that as a 10, he's better than Bruno. I understand that he's better. He has a better touch. He can pass a little bit better than Bruno. He knows when to be tight on the ball and recycle it. I like that in my players. That is the type of player that he does it. But he doesn't do it.
Bruno's shown us to be more effective
because when Bruno had the right team around him, and he does it with Portugal, and he's done it at a smaller period at United. When I seen that's actually better profiles for these positions around him, he can actually deliver to a higher level. My issue with that is that I will always need a perfect team to get the best out of Bruno, and that's why I don't want him. But I still don't think that justifies anything to say that Maddison is better than him. Because Maddison, I don't care when you're tight in the ball and all that. When you need to rise and carry your team and do something, you have shown me more than once you're going to. You got one of your teams relegated. Let's be honest. You got Leicester relegated.
You can't pin that on him, man. You can't pin that on one, man.
I'm on him, but he's one of the reasons.
Damn, Steffi, man.
Who was the best player on that team?
God damn.
Who was the best player on that team?
Steffi, the best version of Bruno. The best version I've seen of Bruno is better than the best version of Maddison I've seen in terms of
when you play with Martial,
that Bruno for like that first 12 to like 15 months, Bruno was cracked in it, But what I would say is that the Maddison we saw in the first 10 games of this season at Spurs was actually sly. He was unplayable as well. But the thing is, they both have consistency issues. in different ways. They both lack consistency. And what I would say is that I think it depends on preference. Do you like a tidy 10, or do you want a 10 that's more effective in the final third?
If I could pick one, I would pick Odegaard all day. All day.
I
That's my type
understand
of
why.
Just-
I understand why. I say
better than both of them. But Bruno still struggles to do simple things. Not struggle to do simple things. I think that's a stretch. Bruno, for one, like we all know, Bruno has that Trivela pass that we've seen KDB do it, we've seen Pogba do it, we've seen Salah do it, we've seen a lot of guys do that Trivela pass, right? I've seen Bruno do it. But the
It's
thing
technical
is,
abilities.
he loves the Trivela, you know. Oh my god!
But the thing is, you see with Bruno, my issue with him is that he'll try it 10 times, and it will come up once. So for me, you lack game intelligence. You lack intelligence when to keep it simple, and when it's, you know, it's Bruno plays like he's on trial. That's how he plays.
No, he always plays like we're down 1-0. It's like we're down 1-0 the whole game.
Hey, listen,
He plays like
shamelessly,
in the
yeah.
last 5 minutes, or he's on trial at QP. He's a North London youth and he's on trial at QPR, and it's his last trial.
Trying to
and he's
impress the
21.
man.
And it's either this or he's gonna go be a sports therapist or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's where he's at. That's his play style to me. I feel like Maddison is just, he knows what to do, when to do it. I think he's more intelligent. He doesn't have to consistently show that he can put a free kick top corner. He doesn't consistently show that he needs to consistently thread an iron needle pass. But the thing is, again, maybe Bruno does this because he's surrounded by bums. Maybe that's why he feels like he has to do everything. But that's also
he's done it for quite a minute, so I'm not blaming.
So maybe it's just him. I don't know. But at the same time, Bruno for me is more of a big game player. So for me, I think it just comes down to preference. I prefer James Maddison personally.
Can I just say, I think it's like, listen to this debate. The thing that was going through my mind is, I think it's really dangerous to be labelled as a 10 these days. It's a dying position. 10s are not existing in football. And if you are solely to say, I'm a 10, I think that's a worrying sign. You have to be this complete midfielder. You have to, even when I think about Odegaard, I see him as more than just a 10. I see him as more someone who's a bit more fluid in the midfield, can play in a wider area if needed to. Even Bruno, to the extent that you're talking about best performances, well, I think about how he's been utilised as a false 9. Like a false 9 is almost existing over a 10 these days. Kevin De Bruyne, Manchester City campaign, when he was used in Champions Leagues as a false 9. And I just think if you're a footballer and you're labelled as a number 10, it's dangerous. It is dangerous because those positions and formations are changing and fluid.
But bro, I don't even think Bruno's a 10. I think he's a second striker. I don't think he's a 10.
Yeah, I don't even. I agree with that. I agree with that one. Yeah. But even then, look, let me run some of these because we talk about Bruno and this all day long. We saw Mike's crying Porto. That's why you hate Chelsea. We've also got Dinershen. Let me know if I said your name right, by the way. Is it Dinershen or is it Dinershen? Let me know. I don't want to say your name wrong. He said, who wants Gallagher for 65 million? Chelsea selling. I mean, there's one club down there.
I'll tell you now,
Imagine selling Douglas Luiz. Imagine selling Douglas Luiz just to go and getting Ross Barkley. Yeah, which is I like. Then you go get Conor Gallagher.
And McKennie.
Yeah. And then you go get McKennie. That is, what are you doing? Like, this is no wonder why Arsenal fans have got something in for Unai Emery, Sometimes maybe the talent ID of Monchi might be that shit. I don't know. It's kind of confusing. Mike says Paul and Chelsea are the closest to us and City, in my opinion. Chelsea are building a mini Madrid, and Paul being under me is scary. Sorry for the beef with my super chat yesterday. And we won't get into that beef. I'm going to be honest. It's been sorted anyways. Let's just put it that way. Enough. Been delegated. Yeah. So there's no talk of a Gal versus Don, all that bullshit. But yeah. Make sure you like the video, people, as well. We've got to talk about Arsenal now, which is crazy. Shock. 550 of you in here, 200 likes. So there's like over 300 people that have got accounts, maybe even in a chat. Just a little reminder to also like the video. Once we'll tell you time and time again how it should look like, but you should know what a like button looks like as well. And also, everyone, you can see they got their channels pretty much in their names. You can find it there. You'll find them as well if you're interested in their content or their personality at that. So yeah, man. Look, Fraser, you say you're not selling Alvarez, yeah, but you already know what I'm talking about. Look, if Chelsea are interested in Alvarez, I'm pretty sure Arsenal. Look, they've registered interest in Solanke. Yeah, Sky Sports have said it. Yeah, 65 million release clause, which is kind of brazy, but I think Solanke is a top baller. Yeah, someone that can do everything as well. I think he's underrated. Some people might not like him, but I like him personally. And then also Julian Alvarez is another one. but he's going to cost a little bit more money. Arsenal have done business with Man City before, but will Man City do business with Arsenal considering that they are number 2 of them right now? See, that's another funny thing. And then now you got also the Douglas Luiz situation, which has alerted, I believe, Liverpool and Arsenal who are interested in his signature. And I'm pretty sure a Premier League club will come in for it. If you're asking 50 million for Douglas Luiz, I'm not being funny. Bargain. You talk about bargains. Like that smells like Liverpool all over that, to be fair. Someone that can play the 8-6 role that nicely and can dictate is Douglas Luiz next to McAllister. That's a cheat code. Next to Declan Rice, that's a cheat code. You know, but what are you lot saying? Do you like these? Do you think a Solanke link is quite good, like for Arsenal?
It's beautiful. Let it happen.
But you lot don't rate Solanke.
Nah,
what? VD, you don't rate
Bournemouth.
Solanke. None of you man rate Solanke. Are we being real with?
I think he's had a good season. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves here. He's got a cold celebration. I love Naruto. Cold, yeah, but let's not get ahead of ourselves now. It's a good season
I would
from him.
love that to happen. Oh my god!
I don't know.
Wait,
I'm not sold.
A little diss at the bridge.
Yeah,
after a
listen,
race.
man. When I tell you, I've got hella things in my room that are Naruto based. Like when I saw the celebration, so cold, bro. I had the Obito mask. But as a baller, I think he's just had one good season, and I think that's it. I think he's just had a good season. If he continues it next season, then cool. We could say like we're onto a good player here. But for now, let's chill a bit.
No, we're talking about what's available in the market right now. So you got people that's glazing over Sesko's unproven, right? And we always rave on about Premier League proven. We always rave about like the qualities of a striker, what they can do these days, right? And he used to play for Chelsea and Liverpool. I understand that when he was a lot younger. But we're talking about like a complete striker. Everyone has their moments. People are rating Ollie Watkins, and he just had his moment, of a season. He had a wonder season. Do I think Solanke's a better footballer than Watkins all day long? Do I think he can just be just as effective just as a good team as a Watkins? Yeah, I think he can get near the numbers too.
You got mad hate for Watkins.
No, he's not.
Watkins all season.
Solanke's a better footballer than Watkins.
Easily the better football player. Easily. He's way more techie than him. Way more
You told me
techie.
Watkins was overrated. You told me about 4 months ago. You said Ollie Watkins is overrated.
Bro. Overrated does not mean shit.
No, he wasn't rated. It's taken him a while to get respect from people, to see what he can do and see what he brings. And finally, he's getting the recognition. And yes, he's had this season of his life. But I don't get how Watkins is still getting disrespected. This is what I don't get. Watkins still gets disrespected even to this day after having the wonder season that he has. There are still.
It's not disrespect. It's not disrespect.
Josh, he's been doing his thing for 4 years now. By the way, 4 years now.
That's what I'm saying.
On the spin, like people think Watkins bagging 19 goals is a shock. Man's bagged 14 and 15 before. He's done that.
It's the assist for me. It's the assist for me.
You see the stuff that
non-penalties.
What Watkins has been doing, what Solanke's just done.
My God.
Yeah.
He's a proper striker still. I can't lie.
Can I argue a case? Can I argue a case here?
Emirates, the dink.
You know what?
Oh yeah.
The dink.
Oh man.
I call it the dagger.
That was beautiful.
The dink.
Oh man.
All right. Hear me out. Can you lot hear me out? Yeah. Hear me out. Yeah. Why I rate Solanke the way I do. Yeah. And I think Griggs rates Solanke the way I do as well. And I think we had a bit of a debate, didn't we, Staffy? So we had a bit of debate about this as well, because Man United, if you take Solanke, right? So let's keep it a buck, right? If we keep it a buck right now, I'm not saying it would happen, yeah, but we've seen Kai Havertz get a good GA season and also good performances alongside some shit ones when he was in centre mid. Cool. And I'm going to use that basis, right? I think Dominic Solanke's link-up play is second to none at times, if not one of the best strikers to do it right now in the Premier League right now, because I don't think there's a great enough amount of strikers there. I think he's a good all-round footballer. I think Saka benefits of him more. I think Martinelli benefits of him a little bit more too. And also they get more of a transition type of player as well, on top of having a Havertz. Actually, probably both of them could play with each other. I think he's so heavily underrated because, yes, he's in a Bournemouth side that has done it. Does that make sense? I think he's done it with a Bournemouth side. And last season was a bit different. It's a bit of a different new look to him. I think he's just a player that's ready for the next move. Like, why do we always want to seek potential? How about seeking, someone that's already like doing it. Like, what's the punt on that? Like, I don't see what the issue is. They spent 65 million. They spent 65 million on a washed Havertz and got the best out of that. Now, what happens? Like, I'm not saying it's a given, but I'm not being funny. But I think he suits an Arteta's team as well. You know, the way they play. No. I think he's a great player. I don't know why people love Tony off. Why do people love Tony off? Yeah, when Solanke's had just as good a season that he did last year.
No one's denying your thing for Solanke. What I can't get my head around is the Watkins comparison. I thought you were going to hear me out and you were going to tell me why Solanke's better than Watkins or why he offers more. I get Solanke's good. I think
you know what? I'm going to be honest. I think they're two different players as well. By the way, a Watkins and a Solanke. I think Watkins is a very good player. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think he's been put on a pedestal that I don't believe he's at. Like, I look at Watkins, I think Villa is his ceiling. I'm going to be honest. I think that's his ceiling. And I think Solanke, because I rate him as a better footballer. What the fuck? I think there's a...
What, as in this is Watkins' ceiling?
I think this is Watkins' ceiling.
Getting 30 and GA. That's not a ceiling. That's not a bad ceiling, bro.
What the fuck's happening here? Anyways, yeah, once.
Oh no.
I think this is his ceiling, isn't it? That's all I'm gonna say.
This is an amazing ceiling then. That's a bad boy ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In the Premier League, Aston Villa's a big club. So.
It's UCL ceiling.
Yeah,
we'll have to see. Listen, we'll have to see what Watkins does in the UCL. We'll see what he does over there. Bro, Solanke is a good striker in it. As I said, he's played for my club. He's come through the Chelsea ranks. There's no coincidence he has the CV that he has in it. You know what I'm saying? Throughout his career, he's 26 years of age. He used to, even at academy level, what him and Tammy Abraham used to do were not normal. Like, it was not normal what them man used to do at Chelsea, innit? Coming through the academy. But I think with Solanke, I think he's more clinical than Watkins, innit? If we're going to give him anything over Watkins, I think he's more clinical. And that's because if you actually look, Bournemouth, I think, were like, 16th or 17th at one point in terms of chances created, compared to like Villa, I think Villa were like 4th or 3rd at the time when I checked. I think it was game week 33 or 34 when I actually checked it. So I have to double check it now. But to me, that's obvious. It shows that Solanke is converting more chances from less opportunities compared to Watkins. But I still think that Watkins, in terms of what he offers, running in behind, intelligence, I think Watkins is a more polished version of Solanke in it, personally, in my opinion.
Yeah. But this is gonna look. Anyways, I think Arsenal definitely going to be in the market for a striker, and they're definitely going to be in the market. Yeah, I think they're definitely. Yeah, and if it is Alvarez, Alvarez, Sesko, or someone, I think they're bringing someone that's going to be really good for whatever the case may be. Whatever it is, I'm not too sure. The fuck? Is it me? Is YouTube bugging? Like?
What's going on YouTube? What's going on?
Never mind. I don't know that. It doesn't.
I'm trying to open the thing now. This chat's frozen for me. It's not. Wait.
Yeah, the thing's kind of frozen.
Bro, it says 2.3K. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, it says 2.3K watching.
I don't believe that's the case. My whole thing's frozen. It
says 490 likes, bro. It says 490 likes with 2,000.
My whole thing, like my whole outback of everything is frozen, bro.
No, but I've got YouTube up now, and they're saying there's 2,327 people watching.
Yeah, that's what mine says.
Likes.
Yes, he does.
Hey, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. This
is 500 people watching a second ago.
That's what I'm saying. It's bugging.
They came in because they heard the Bruno debate. That's what.
Subscribe to the channel, man. Here, subscribe, man. Subscribe to the channel, man.
I don't believe. I think YouTube. I don't believe it. I think YouTube's bugged, bro. I think it's bugged.
Oh, but like we take advantage of the bugs. So subscribe.
Nah, it's fake. It's fake. It's glitched. It glitched. There's no way. That's why I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Like that. Anyway, look, Arsenal's rumored. We'll see you tomorrow. Like, it's definitely, bro. When I tell you the back of my thing is bugged, like as in.
Send that shit over to me though.
I memean, likes are going up though. Yeah, but yeah, look, it's going to Coppish. Go smash like over there. Monts will be when you live, Monts?
I'm live in half an hour.
Live in half an hour as well. Yeah, man. We'll see for news tomorrow. We'll see if that's actually the case, and we'll see if there's any other stuff. Ten Hag, remember, matter of days, matter of hours, all of that stuff. Big up all the You fake bots that have joined, you little fuckers. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. But yeah, man, look, make sure you smash a like on the video as well. Big Six Expanses there. Big up Mike's. Big up VD for joining in, Chelsea fan. And obviously Staffy TV, who put in a shift, by the way. And I appreciate that as well, man. These two at the bottom came in at last minute because of a couple dropouts. So yeah, man, this is what I mean. Everyone's got different numbers. So yeah, man, in a bit, thank you very much. And yeah, man, we'll be back tomorrow. If anyone is here, make sure you just check out for my, I'm going to do some daily news as well. I'm going to continue keeping up. The Receipts channel, big up there as well.
Play the Ten Hag clip on the way out.
Oh, don't you worry, Staffy, every single time.